Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jen and I am a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for about a year now. On this channel, I talk about lifestyle, I talk about my brand, I talk about what it's like being #1 West African, being Muslim, and just maneuvering my way through this RN journey and all the trials and tribulations, especially that come with the fact that we're now in COVID. If you're interested in seeing what my life is about, seeing all the patient stories, hearing about the struggles I face on the unit, off the unit, at home, stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Let's get into this chat. Hey guys, so if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jen. I go by Nurse Jen. I am a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for a year now, and on this channel I talk about my lifestyle, talk a little bit about beauty, I talk about what it's like being a registered nurse during COVID times, my first year as a nurse, and just trying to find my way in a world where I am West African. I grew up in Mali. I am Muslim, and I just have a lot of different things that are different about me. If you're interested in learning more about me and just tuning into my journey, stay tuned and subscribe down below. Alright guys, so I'm back with another patient story, and this is a story about the time a patient almost whooped my behind. So it all started off, like I said, I worked in psych. I don't work so much there now. I haven't picked up in a long time, but I worked in a psychiatric facility. That was like my first nursing job. Not air quotes, but like it was my first nursing job technically. And I worked on a unit that was pretty big. At the most we might get 32 patients if all the beds are full. It was 201s, which means that patients admit themselves, like they sign themselves in, you know, they're not 302, that's to where like they're forced to be there, and they pretty much complete their treatment. It is a locked facility, but my unit used to be the adolescent unit, so it's really open, it's really big, there's a lot of blind spots, it's a lot of open space. The nurses station is open compared to upstairs in the main hospital where the nurses station is locked away. Keep that in mind. So it was a regular night. I was working with like a newer nurse who had just started working there, and I am like pretty much familiar with the unit at this point. I'm used to working it by myself, so when I have a second nurse, I'm like really grateful because, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of help. So, but because I was used to working on my own, I just kind of go into flight mode and just start doing things. And so she was med nurse, so she was just passing out the meds, and there was one patient. Unfortunately, admissions, if they don't do a good job of filtering, like putting patients where they're supposed to go, sometimes they end up on our unit when they're actually they are aggressive and they're just not appropriate for the unit, and they should be upstairs where the acuity is higher and they could get more help and get more attention, and it's just safer for the patients and safer for staff, because this the units up there are locked. Like I said, the nurses station is locked, and you just have more hands on deck as opposed to my unit, which is like a little, like it's like down the hill from the main hospital. So like I said, it was a regular night. I was going through my stuff. I was working with maybe 3 or 4 women tech. Nothing against women tech, but when you have these big men and you have this open space and they can swing at you at any time, like you need some male hands, you need some muscles in there. So I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but the med nurse was sitting next to me and we were just chatting, and this patient had been pacing back and forth. He has like OCD, a little bit on the spectrum, and he's just particular about things. He's known to be upstairs on the main unit. How he ended up on our unit, I honestly don't know. I think there was a mix-up, there was a mistake. He nonetheless shouldn't have been there. So he comes and he asks for cough drops. And so I didn't mind. I think the med nurse was doing something. I looked at his, I said, let's call him Mark. I said, Mark, let me just look at your medication chart and see if you can have the cough drops. A lot of patients will ask for cough drops, especially in psych or like other things like that, to kind of get like the alcohol taste or give them like a little high. Me, honestly, I pick and choose my battles. If you want cough drops, it's freaking cough drops. You can have it. If it's gonna cause me not to have a cold and not to have a fight and keep everything safe on the unit, you can have a cough drop. So I looked at his orders just because I was like, let me just be safe, whatever. And his cough drops had been discontinued literally that night, and he wasn't coughing or anything. So I told him, hey Mark, like, you're not coughing, you don't really have any symptoms, like, sorry, I can't give it to you. He's like, what do you mean? Like, you're the nurse, you're supposed to give me the cough drop, you owe me the cough drop, blah blah blah. So I'm like, no Mark, like, you don't have any symptoms, you're not coughing, you don't seem ill. How about we just try and go back to sleep? He was like, I need the cough drops to go to sleep. Automatically then I knew like he was trying to get a little bit of a high. And this man is big, guys. He's like 6'2", at least 6'3". So, and I'm only 5'4", and the nurse next to me, she's like probably 5'2", and like much thinner than me. So, and mind you, like I said, this is a big open space. So he starts getting mad. He has this OCD thing where he like claps his hand 3 times, like unbuttons his hat, does this whole thing. Like, you can tell he's getting aggravated or he's getting irritated or whatever. So he starts getting loud, saying, I need my cough drops. I need them to go to sleep, and you're going to give them to me. I said, I'm not going to give them to you. And I already knew I'm about to have a cold. Let me just call a Code Blue. He's a regular frequent flyer. We know how he is. Honestly, in fourth on now, I'm like, I should have just freaking gave that man his cough drops. And I could have avoided a whole big thing. So I just was like, at this point, I was like to the med nurse, I was like, we're gonna have a code. I was real calm because I already knew it was about to go left. He was going left. I said, we're gonna have a code. I said, make sure all the patients are on the unit and we'll take care of him. Personally, like, I was calm on the outside, but on the inside I was scared because this man is big and this space is open, and if something happens, I don't know. So at this point I was gonna be like, oh, she can just go get him the cough drops, but he was just so aggravated at this point, like. So I called the code over the intercom. Code Blue, on my unit, Code Blue. So they don't come. So I told her to go. I was scared to tell her to go into the med room because he was like pacing back and forth. He started grabbing the computer. Like, he reached over the nurse's station, started grabbing the computers. He grabbed my water bottle. He grabbed binders. He grabbed pens. He started throwing everything. He broke my blender bottle. And I could tell he was coming for me. So I was like, oh gosh. So the tech with me, thank God, she's really good. We put everything in the closet, and I had to call Code Blue again. And I'm like, what is taking them so long? This man, in 2 seconds, I'm about to crawl under these computers because it ain't nowhere for us to go. We have 2 doors on the outside that just have like the little hinge locks, and he can pop that open and he can step right over, like, you know what I mean? So I was like, where are they at? So I was like, Sarah, I was like, we're gonna call her Sarah. I was like, Sarah, don't go anywhere, stay here, because if you go out there, I can't protect you. I literally remember telling her that. So she was like, okay, well, should I give him the cough drops? I said, girl, at this point it's past the cough drops. So finally we start seeing some men come down, and anytime they see men come down, they kind of calm down a little bit. And there was this we have this bigger nurse. He's really tall, really intimidating, Australian guy, and he does not take ish from none of these people. So he started putting everything in the closet. He was like trying to talk him down. We sat him they got him to sit in the chair, and we always offer like Haldol, Benadryl, and like maybe Ativan or Thorazine by mouth. You're supposed to offer it to the patient by mouth first. If they don't want to take it by mouth, they get them booty juice. You about to shoot them up. So I think he took it by mouth, and then we ended up giving him a cough drop, but he was still acting up, so they ended up having to give him a needle just to, because he's a big guy. A lot of these people, it takes a lot to knock them out, so we ended up having to give him a needle, and they went upstairs. And my fear was, we have this open space. He's like, a lot of them, once they get pissed and they get fixated on one staff member, they'll like focus on that one staff member, and he was fixated on me. I was like, if he comes out this room, what am I supposed to do? But yeah, like he broke all my bottles. He was coming for me, focused on me, fixated on me. What was freaking cough drops? Pick and choose your battles with these patients, guys. It don't be worth it. It don't be worth it. And that's the time I almost got my behind beat by a patient. If you guys want to hear more stories like this, please like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Tell me some crazy patient stories you've had, or crazy situations you've had like that. What would you have done in that situation? And make sure you share my channel. That helps me a lot. I'm trying to get these stories across, and just tell me what you want to hear from me. Thanks so much for all the love. Thank you for the support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.